Good afternoon, good morning, wherever you may be. We've got Jared Clark in product from Skipio and me, Bianca Collings, in marketing here at Skipio. Just wishing you well. Want to bring you some tips and some training this fine Tuesday. I hope you didn't miss it last week, but if you did, we want to let you know that we've included an overage option now on all freemium accounts. So if you have a free account, you really need more messages and you can't upgrade right now, no worries. After you hit that free limit of 150 automated messages, you can opt in and just pay for what you need. It's 3 cents for an automated message. And if you need to send a couple, great. If you need to send hundreds, great. Whatever it is you need to keep your business going and thriving right now, we want to help you do that. So if you have any questions about this plan, go ahead and reach out, but it will just pop up in your account and offer it as an option as you are messaging away. And before I pass the time over to Jared, we do get a lot of questions on, well, what is an automated message? When you say automated message, what are you talking about? So I want to just clear the air really quick on that one, because our system, it is meant to engage in a dialogue and to reach out and keep in touch with people. And so if you reach out and you're in a conversation with somebody and they're replying, those replies are automated or unlimited and free forever, no matter what. So that is not an automated message. You are not paying for replies or your one-on-one dialogue with your customers. We'll keep that free forever because that is what this is intended for. Jared, why don't you go ahead and explain really quick what an automated message is?
Yes, so automated messages are anything that come from your campaigns and then anything that's scheduled to a group of people for the future. That's it.
Yeah.
Simple and easy.
Just like that. When you need a message, you throw your wide net. That wide net is going to be your automated message, but when they kick back in and engage and reply with you, that's your one-on-one conversation. So speaking of campaigns, this is what we're going to talk about today. There's a really, I called it cool feature that Skipio has called Smart Campaigns. And Jared's going to tell you a little bit about what that is and how to use that.
Awesome. Thank you, Bianca. Yeah, we're going to try and keep this brief today. We know everybody's busy, busy being alone at home or busy being not in your offices, busy. So campaigns are a great way to reach out to people and to get your conversation started. But not everybody responds to the first message of a campaign or the second message or third message. Sometimes it takes 4, 5, 6 messages of a campaign to get someone to engage. And then there's other times where if they're responding to a specific message, you want specific things to happen to them. And so today, as we talk through, we're going to be talking through what are called SMART rules. Now, these are rules that live inside of your campaign, right in between your messages. And they allow Skipio to take action when things happen. So for example, let's go ahead and go. We did a keyword campaign for a training last week. And so I've got this drip campaign that I've set up here. If I click this button, it's going to add a new message. If I want to put some rules between these two messages, it's right here, this add rule button. Okay, so what this does is this allows me to manage my contacts or move them into groups or move them into other campaigns based on things that happen after this message goes out. And I know that sounds a little confusing, so let me go ahead and jump in and show you what it looks like. So someone texts in a keyword, it automatically adds them to this campaign and they get this message. Expect the first one tomorrow morning. I'm going to add a rule to this message that says if, I've got 4 options here. As soon as this message is sent, if someone replies and clicks on a link, if they just click on a link, or if they reply with something very specific. And so I'm going to go ahead and use when this campaign message is sent, go ahead and move this contact to a new group. I'm going to put them in my Skipio group. Okay, so what this is going to do is effectively someone who texts in and gets added to this campaign, as soon as this message goes out, Skipio takes that contact that it sent the message to and adds them to a new group. Okay, where we've seen this used a lot is when you're doing lead outreach, when you're doing customer outreach, when you are trying to really segment your people based on something specific. So let's say you're asking if people enjoy working from home or working from the office, and you pose that question in one of your campaigns. Okay, so let's actually go ahead and do this together. I'm going to go ahead and say working from home. And we'll go ahead and put our message in here. Working from home more. So this is going to be kind of like a survey, I guess, turning it into a survey. I'm going to go ahead and say add a rule. If they respond with a specific expression, so if they respond and it contains the word home, add them to a new group. And we'll go and create a group here in just a second and show you the home group. And then I can even add them to another campaign. And so let's say I have a campaign for people who like working from home, and I'm going to send them ideas for working at home. I can do that right here from inside of the rules section of my campaigns. Okay, and then I can actually add another rule here and do the exact same thing. Let's say they reply with an expression, and the expression contains office. I'm going to go ahead and add them to my office group. We'll show again how to do that in just a second, and I'm going to put them in my like to work in the office campaign. I'll go ahead and save this. Yep, I'm cool with this. We've got our first question. It's got rules attached to it. If I want to see those rules, I just click down on the message. And sure enough, when someone gets added to this campaign and responds with one of these expressions, these things will happen. Okay, so let's go create a group really quick and update the group. We're going to go groups, create new group, office group. And we'll create another group for home group. Come back to our campaign. And I forgot what I called this campaign. Working from home, there it is. All right, we'll come back to our first question. Click the down arrow. When a contact replies, so they get this message, this first message, if they reply and their reply contains the word home, so I like working from home, we're going to go ahead and add them to our home group. And we'll do the same thing with our office group. We're going to add them to our office group. Oh, not our past group, office group. And save. So now this allows me to manage my contacts automatically based on how they come in and how they're participating in this campaign. So hopefully this this kind of quarantine thing is coming to a close for many of you, and you're able to start going back to either your studio or your office, wherever it is that you've been working. And if you want to start kind of allowing Skipio to help manage some of the leads that you have, you can feel free to reach out and say, hey, you're just coming back. What are you looking to do? This thing or this thing? If it's option A, put them in this group and add them to a campaign for option A. If it's option B, add them to this group and put them in a campaign for option B. Okay. And that way you can actually build campaigns that go right into each other based on the needs of the people that you're messaging. And so we have kind of the same idea here at the start of the campaign. You can just remove them automatically if they send you a message. But the rules inside the messages take it just a little bit further, that you can, as soon as the message gets sent out, if they respond at all, if they click on a link that you've got in there, you have to make sure your link tracking is turned on in your profile. But you can say, hey, I'm sending someone a YouTube video. If they click on the YouTube video, follow up with them a day later. Say, hey, what did you think of that video? Or if they don't click on it, again, if they don't do anything here, it's just going to continue down the path of the campaign. And so you can really automate a lot of your messaging and a lot of that management of those contacts based on what happens by using these smart rules. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump to the Resource Center now. We've got some articles about our smart rules. I've just typed in smart here in the search, and how to set up smart automations, smart integrations, smart campaigns, how to use smart campaigns and rules. And it's everything that we just talked about inside of the campaigns. You'll be able to add a rule and take these actions.
I'm so glad you pointed to the Success Center, because more often than not, when we have a question come in through Facebook or email, most of those questions can be answered just by typing in the topic to our search bar. And there are some pretty great explanations in there, a lot of images to walk you through that. And I think smart campaigns really are fun. It's kind of a choose your own adventure with your messaging. So
that's all we've got for today. We miss all of you. I hope you're doing great.
Eventually we'll make it back into our office and we'll see you there. But until then, next Tuesday.
Yep, we'll be here. Thanks, guys. We'll talk to you later. Have a great one.